Hello, my incestuous cousins. We are back on another Fate of Iberia dev diary, and as we are kind of rounding off the dev diary coverage, the devs are continuing to flesh out the Iberian region, Hispaniola, as well as several surrounding areas, specifically the Canary Islands, which we will be covering, as well as their new volcano worshipping religion, and I think they even get a unique tenet for this too. Essentially, the main feature, so to say, of this dev diary, and it's not a very long dev diary, this is probably one of the shortest I've seen, but it makes sense as this is a kind of post-patching process. Anyway, they have the new Guanche culture, which is of Berber heritage. It makes sense as I believe most of the Canaries are actually composed of Berbers who migrated from Morocco and Northern Africa to kind of settle a new home. And with them, I believe they have brought their interesting new religion called Akamanism, and it should be native to only the Canary Isles, which is interesting. So it creates a very hard challenge of conquering the rest of Northern Africa, Spain, and spreading that almost extinct old pagan religion. And it comes with volcanic veneration. As far as I know, this is the only religion to have this unique tenet, sacrificial ceremonies, and megalithic constructions. Not sure if any other pagan religions have megalithic constructions, but it is very interesting because I did a little bit of research, and aside from the insane bonuses here to hills, you're really going to want to have hills. This would be great with the hill dwellers culture perk too, or tradition. But with the paganism of Northern Africa, they really centered their faith around building these massive, beautiful megalithic temples before the advent of Islam, especially. So many of these temples have currently fallen into disrepair, but they are really kind of a center of the community when it came to North African paganism. Specifically for the Moroccan and just Berber variants of central northern Africa, they built these incredible temples where their rulers and family members would dwell. And they essentially had these ceremonies where they would try to astral project or have these out of body experiences and convene with their ancestors. So it's kind of a really weird and bizarre, but also very cool background, I think. So I'd love to see this too included in Northern Africa. I'm not sure how many of the original practitioners of Berber paganism are left. We kind of see a sect of it with the Canary Islands, but I don't know if the actual mainstay of Berber paganism, if there's any counties that could be reason to have this at the CK3 start. So if you guys in the comments know anything about this, let me know, but it's just very, very fascinating. I think these are like a few of the temples remaining, but very, very cool to kind of look into. Anyhow, I did want to talk about the Great Megalith construction project. For 600 gold, the things that it provides you are actually, I think, way above the market price, if you will. Not only do you get 1.1 flat out tax per month, you also get piety, renown, naval speed, and learning lifestyle experience, all on top of development growth and popular opinion. So you can only build one per county, of course, but very powerful for what it costs. If you're having money problems, it seems like this would be a great investment. And speaking of learning lifestyle experience, it's going to be very relevant when it comes to feudalizing now for sub-Saharan African pagans. I know sub-Saharan African pagans probably don't have access to megalithic projects. I don't really play them too much, but basically, if you are from sub-Saharan Africa, you do not have to do the BS, adopt an Abrahamic religion or reform your religion, which can be very, very hard. Trying to collect all of those counties and whatnot and get all those holy sites. You can actually just reform while being unreformed, which is kind of weird to think about. And you need to be a few things. You need to be centralized, you need to be sizable, and you need to be at least a king or kingdom. So there are a few strict requirements, but it is by no means as hard as it is for some of those European pagans to centralize. And reforming too also kind of makes you vulnerable. So really the earlier the better for a lot of these West African pagans. Who knows, maybe you could actually go ahead and go up after you're reformed and you build a few holdings and go and conquer the rest of Northern Africa and Egypt too. So that could be really, really cool. That seems to be it for the dev diary today. Here's a little image or illustration of the developer talking about this. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to keep watching and supporting the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. Otherwise, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so every little bit counts. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Love you guys. Hope to see you guys later, and peace.